how do you get in the top 5? You have to beat people. You got to win matches.
Right.
And so while they're highly ranked, that's what gives West Virginia opportunities is you got to go out and beat some guys. And some of those matches you got to win that people don't think you're going to win. They don't think you're going to win on paper. But paper doesn't matter when you go out and wrestle on the mat once they blow that whistle.
One of those 10 ranked guys, Noah Surtin, going here at 125 from Missouri. Missouri in the gold, West Virginia in the gray digital camo. It's Noah Surtin, the guy that head coach Brian Smith calls the firecracker. He goes out there at 125 and puts the energy in the building. He's taking on Jace Schafer from West Virginia. Schafer out of Walworth, New York.
Well,
by the way, a takedown for Noah Surtin.
Well, there was a situation there where there could have been a throw one way or the other, and Schafer just bailed out because he probably didn't feel like he was in a great spot. I can almost hear Coach Turnbull from way back in the day yelling, "Get out of there!" But as my teammates can attest to, how that would work. And Schafer gives up the 3 for the takedown as opposed to maybe getting thrown on his back and giving up full 7.
Meanwhile, Surtin wrestling with an accessory we don't often see. He's out there in a neck brace, Tony. Is that something that you find odd or unusual?
Well, like you just said, it's something you don't often see. So as a matter of fact, you don't really see it at all. And so the question is,
that's saw it up close and personal.
Right. So the issue is, like in anything in wrestling, people got a knee brace on, their elbow, their shoulders all taped up. And you hate to say it this way, but that's sometimes a target that people try to attack, right? Because they know you're not in great shape right there. Otherwise, you wouldn't have those extra, well, nice little roll. And so the question is, well, how do you attack someone's head? Well, you keep pulling on their head, pull on their neck when you're on your feet, and on the bottom when you're on the top. You got to spend some time kind of pounding that a little bit too. But right now, Schafer's been spending a lot of time on the bottom. We're up to a minute riding time already, and he hasn't really done a whole heck of a lot where Surtin feels very threatened by losing him.
Another roll through for Noah Surtin. He's 10-1 this year. Won 57 times in his career. Redshirt junior out of Edwardsville, Illinois. A 3-time NCAA qualifier himself. Schafer, somebody that Tim Flynn said it's just a constant process of getting better and figuring out where are my strengths, what are my tactics the best, learning how to win.
Right, and and the other thing is when you spend a lot of time on the bottom, especially in the first period,
and Schafer's getting acquainted with it. And Schafer's getting acquainted with the mat a few times from different angles.
Your game plan, nobody goes out and game plans for I'm going to spend 2 minutes on the bottom in the first period, right?
Ideally,
nobody does that. But if you get down there, you have to be able to get out quickly to be able to get back on the attack.
West Virginia in the top 20 for the first time since 2016 when they were 19th. Schafer here at 125 in place of Jet Strickenberger. We saw Strickenberger a lot earlier this year. Wrestled up at 133 against Columbia earlier this month, and the plan is to bring him back down to 125. And while that happens, Schafer with an opportunity in Strickenberger's place.
And like in any sport, you get your opportunities. You want to take advantage of them as best you can. And Schafer's going out and trying to wrestle hard, but he's a little overmatched at the time. He's getting buried down there. Surtin just doing a nice job of working different angles, going to try to roll through and get himself a tilt right here at the end, and he's going to get it right before time runs out.
1, 2. And time is out of the period.
That's going to be a 3-point near fall.
Hard to believe that it's only 6-0 or will be only 6-0 as active as Surtin was that period.
Well, he spent a lot of great stuff that he did on top. Here's the, got the double bar sort of cross wrist, and then holds the wrist and rolls him through. Nice easy tilt. A nice easy tilt that he waited almost the whole period in order to get. So
good shot on the single on that left leg, Tony. Why did he give up and go for the right leg?
Well, that's a good question too. He obviously felt the change in pressure, but once you get in there, you can't stop, especially against somebody who's really good, right? You got to get in and you got to keep going. And Schafer just stopped a little bit and allowed Surtin to gain his balance, find a little equilibrium, counter better, and then start to attack him coming back the other way.
It's like the wrestling equivalent of the guy in basketball who changes hands in the air on the way to go in for a layup. Doesn't usually work out well.
Well, the issue is about angles, right? So I'm not sure why he felt a need to change the angles on that side. I'm sure he felt his hip coming around the other way and tried to keep him from stepping around the corner. Oh, there's
look at that quickness from Surtin. Another 3. The redshirt junior at Edwardsville, Illinois.
Just uses a nice underhook, goes down nice and low as he throws it by, grabs the ankles, he goes by, and Schafer goes down. So it's 9-0. He's got about 2.5 minutes of riding time.
He went for that leg, almost Kent Tekulve style, a little submarine.
Yeah, right.
He went almost for
exactly.
the ankle on that shot.
You know, a lot of our listeners aren't old enough to know who Kent Tekulve was, but
Hey, if they're TV folks, he's the guy from Pirates postgame.
yes, right. and the people in Missouri might not know who Kent Tekulve is, but anyway.
Hey, Missouri's a baseball state.
I know that. There's no doubt about that. So, but yes, a nice job with underhook. Comes down nice and low, gets around the ankle, and Schafer goes flying past him, and ends up on the bottom again. 3 minutes and 20 seconds of riding time.
Headed for a major decision loss. It's late in the second period. He lost by a major decision against Oklahoma State almost 2 weeks ago in his last time out. We're seeing a lot more fight, I think, out of Schafer in this one. We're seeing a lot more. I guess I'm saying he's a lot more active.
He's trying to be, right? Surtin's just really good on top. Just very good on top and very good on his feet. I mean, there's a reason that he is ranked 6. He's beaten some good people. He's good at this stuff. You see the underhook he's got with his left hand, do a nice little throw by.
There's my teak, underhand.
There you go. And sort of sits with it a little bit like he would do like a, if you were doing like a dump or something along those lines. That's probably going to be a caution.
Tony correct about that once again.
I'm not the best color guy in the business for nothing.
You sure are not. Bob Uecker's 90th birthday. You beat me to the Uecker reference. Surtin going over top.
There's a reversal.
So he gets 2 for that. Surtin getting close to Tech fall territory with over a minute and a half left in the third.
Well, if he turns this thing, it won't be a Tech fall. It'll be a fall if he turns that half like that with that bar in there. And the question is whether he's going to try to turn him and pin him, or whether he's going to try to turn him and get the near fall, and he's going to let him go. Looks like he's going to let him go and try to take him down again.
I think you're right. So Schafer on the board with the escape point. And again, we've talked about this. The three-point takedown incentivizes wrestlers even further to cut a guy loose and go for those 3.
Well, you split the score a lot faster.
And
that's for sure. You got the takedown, let him out. He didn't really get the escape, so.
Over 4 minutes of riding time.
4 minutes of riding time in a 7-minute match is a lot. Especially with 30 seconds left to go.
And you know Schafer has to be exhausted. Shoots the leg, doesn't really have his legs under him.
Yeah, he's trying that sort of high crotch, that dump, and he's not really holding the elbow very tight. Surtin kind of slides it out there and spins around behind to get the takedown, and that's going to be a technical fall.
With that takedown, it's a Tech fall. It'll be 18-2. Noah Surtin with a Tech fall over Jace Schafer. Surtin was just surgical all the way through, Tony. Elite quickness.
Super efficient, got to his place where he is, where he's good at, attacked where he was good at, dominated the match, technical fall, just did a nice job.